Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finale. Fourth round back nine action of the 2023 PDGA Champions Cup, presented by Bushnell here at the IDGC. BigBarri commentary. 9 more holes.
9 more holes, bringing you some of the best disc golf we have ever seen so far. Isaac Robinson is putting on a show, but that's not really the storyline right now. He's being pushed by one Silas Schultz from the chase guard, only 2 or 3 back, something like that. He's at 10 under through 11 holes.
10 under through 11 holes. What is going on? Right, my brain can't handle it. Una Heinen 10 under through 16 holes. That's about when you see people at 10 under.
Yep.
But as you mentioned, Silas chaining out on hole 11, almost going 11 through 11. Anyhow, let's get back to this card here, because this card has one very special character who has not bogeyed since hole 11 of the first round. Very conservative front nine, still getting birdies, but not at the same clip that we've seen thus far from him so far this tournament. We have been incredibly lucky to see him play every single shot so far this tournament on Jomez. And he hasn't thrown many bad ones. And neither has this guy.
Neither is Anttila. With a smooth little turnover. It gets a little hyzery, though, and that's going to be a tough out from there. Sidearm, maybe backhand through a tiny gap, but it's doable from there. Seen people do it. So he's not just drawn dead over there. Mason's coming off of 2 birdies.
Yeah. Very slow start for Mason.
Very good shot from Mason.
That's going to be back a little ways, but he's made the corner. He's going to have access down to the pin. It's about as much as you can really hope for here.
Conrad, very slow start. Very slow start. A little iffy on the tee, little iffy on the putting green. He's going to need to really tighten things up if he wants a podium finish here. I think the win is definitely out of the question now.
I think for James, we can say that. I think there's only maybe 3-4 guys that could potentially give Isaac some fits. And one of those guys is Isaac Robinson. If he throws tee shots like this and puts himself in trouble, it's not going to be a fun final 9. That's a good scramble shot, though, and should easily save the par here with a jump putt.
Yeah, he could par out, I feel like, and be just fine.
Par out?
I think so.
With Silas 10 through 11, 3 back.
Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't say that was as much confidence as you, my friend.
3 back, 13 under par. Yeah.
There's some...
The back nine's scoreable. You're right. We kept saying how...
that's the one. That tiny, skinny guy.
We kept saying how the front nine was easier, but it seems like a lot of people are popping off on that.
It is. I mean, it is easier. Okay, I don't care what's going on with people out there shooting rounds that aren't realistic. The easier holes are on the front nine, and it's case in point, the 4 hardest holes in the course are 4 of the last 5 holes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in some ways, if Isaac keeps doing this, picking up a birdie here every 3rd or 4th hole, forget about it. Good night. But I'm not quite sure I'm ready to say that he pars out, he wins this thing quite yet.
It'll be pretty close, though. If he pars out, he has to do special things on the back nine.
That was a birdie from that tee shot. What a great second shot. And James getting it figured out there with the straddle putt through the trees. Guiding his way in there for his 3rd or 4th birdie of the round. Either way.
What were we thinking yesterday? 40 under? 40 under is a very...
I mean, before the round start, before he shot 12 under and he was sitting at 22 after 2 rounds, I was thinking, 40 under could happen, but at some point he's got to slow down, right?
Right, yeah.
I was thinking you get to 38 under, you're the man.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point with Silas doing what he's doing, the whole field pushing this narrative into like, if you don't birdie, just forget about it, go home. I don't know, man. I could see 41, 42.
Wow.
It's amazing to think, honestly, that this is not a tournament where we thought numbers like that would be shot. But, you know, we've drawn some comparisons to Isaac's performance at Idlewild last year, where
he doesn't stop.
Past 30 under doesn't really exist out there, and he smoked that number. This is too wide for Niklas.
Is it?
It drifts back.
Okay. Yeah.
If that hits one of those trees and kicks left, that's exactly how Isaac bogeyed this hole in round 1. It is very, very tall, very rough off that left side.
Inside, it's going to need to get that cut spin. Oh, that helps. That helps.
You bank it off a pine tree. Good drive, better result.
Not a lot of holes out here I dislike.
No, and there's not a lot to dislike about that shot from Mason. That just is as smooth as it gets.
Glad we get a follow flight on this.
Yeah,
because
look at this.
This is perfectly thrown. Watch out, lands. Yeah, nothing happens. What is that?
Butterfly.
12? That's 420 feet. It lands and moves 12 feet on the ground. It's like a mid-range.
Yeah.
He didn't throw a mid-range, though.
And that's kind of this guy's MO, but this time he kind of burns it into the ground a little bit.
It's a good drive, man.
Yeah, it's a good drive, for sure. But that's one of the things that he has really been doing so well throughout this tournament, is throwing his drivers. Oh, great effort. Those ones hurt the most sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isaac's ability to control the driver as if it were a mid-range is just pretty stellar. I don't remember too many times of him missing a putt from that range this tournament, but...
Not low.
Mm-hmm. And James has got a nice little stretch now, 2 of the last 3, or 3 of the last 4, excuse me.
Can't keep James down. He's going to find birds. He's a bird finder.
He's a birder.
Okay. Yeah.
He's going for a big year.
Isaac does need to get some birdies. You got me convinced. I don't like my take anymore.
Yeah, it's just too much green.
Oh, well, Niklas is only 4 back.
Don't worry, Silas got 12 too.
Okay.
2 is the margin.
And we see him kind of nervy on the putting green.
What is happening with the chase card magic this year, guys? What are they drinking? Are they drinking a different water source? Are they getting a better night's sleep? I don't know what's happening, but there's been some insane rounds from chase card this year. And Jomez, we're just one card, folks. We're trying to give you as much as we can. But Silas is doing something pretty special out there right now. But Isaac still very much controls his destiny, as he is still leading this tournament. And he has more holes to play.
Yes.
This drive looks phenomenal. And there it goes into the woods. Oh, that was such a good looking angle, flight, drift.
Mason he does the thing where he kind of smooths it.
Yes, he does. I don't know why I just thought of this, but I feel like maybe it's a derailing from the drama going on right now, but I want to give a quick shout out to Mason Marchbanks, who 2'd hole 1. I just thought of that, and I just feel like it would be criminal for me to not mention that. I don't think I've ever heard of a 2 on hole 1 before.
A tough little kick there, but that's still in scoring position there for Niklas. Okay, two-stroke lead. How does he respond?
One of the easier holes in the course to birdie.
Mid-range.
This is one that Isaac would really like to get.
He's really getting pretty far off the tee with the mid-range. I'm impressed by that. Every round, it's been in almost the same area as far as distance, and that's far. Niklas going the tight gap. Oh, great little kick out. Wow.
Gotta get lucky. Gotta keep that rapid's foot right in the side pocket, right side pocket of the bag specifically. James, after a really good-looking drive with a bad kick, having to play out to the left side, and that's going to be a tricky angle. I don't know if he's going to want to go hyzer. I don't know if he's going to want to go down that inside left gap.
And now we're getting into the realm of this is one of the easier holes. This is almost a must-get for Isaac, I feel like, at this point, just to keep the nerves down. And that's a good way to...
You want to keep... those onlookers at bay, and they are looking on heavily right now. Those eyes are getting heavy.
Yeah, they're getting close
Bunch
to the
of
shoreline.
looky-loos over there on that chase card all season.
They're sick of being on that boat.
Land ho. Sorry. Done. Niklas, good shot. James is going hyzer. This is going to need to track way left to get a good long look at the birdie, and it's probably just going to be a par.
Yeah. Stand still.
This is the shot that he has just been super controlled with all week.
How do you be that? How do you be that way with the putter
body
throws? That was so smooth.
I didn't know which part of that you were specifically talking about. Okay, how do you be that good with that?
Yeah, just the follow through. Everything looks so controlled. It's tough to do, man.
A lot of practice. James, good effort there, floating that one in, trying to probably give it a little look.
Sit. Yep. Okay, Ford coming alive here. Usually Fords don't need a jump start, but...
Talking to a Raptor and a Tremor guy here in the booth. And Isaac with his patented whip. Parks that one for the birdie. And Niklas. The frustrating miss on 11, and then the first drop putt we've seen inside the circle in quite some time from him. Looked like he broke away from his form a bit. It didn't seem like he had that same patience.
Yeah, something was definitely off there. Not going to love that, but I'll tell you what. Isaac's feeling a little more comfortable now that he's able to step up to that short little birdie.
Sure. But, I mean, right now the pressure is not even being applied by Niklas. As well as he's playing, oh, boy. And the pressure is starting to get to Niklas. And I think that he might not even be thinking about Isaac. He might be seeing Silas and just saying, oh, my goodness, I thought I had control, second place locked up, and no longer is that the case.
Back to 3.
Moving from a hard par 5 to, or an easy par 5-ish as far as scoring goes, to a pretty difficult hole here in hole 13. We've seen Isaac just fillet this line with the backhand turnover. It's going to be Mason's tee shot first, but he is also going backhand. This looks a little early right, and a big, horrible kick left. That is going to be quite tricky. How far left did it go? I'm not quite sure. This is also early right.
Yes.
And that, I will tell you from experience, is absolutely no bueno. Do not want to be early right here. It is just a ton of no gaps.
Just needs to hurry on the turn. Not gonna do it. Okay, Niklas with an opportunity again. Goes
high inside early. 3 people making the same mistake here. That is the one place you really would like to avoid. Niklas in the best position, I would imagine, of the 3 of those early kicks, and that is a really well thrown approach. What is Isaac left with? He looks like he is surveying everything, and that is pretty well done just to get himself a putt. Still got to work for it. James is still just like 100%.
Go, go, go.
I don't think that was a layup. I mean, I think,
don't either.
Yeah, I think he is absolutely going after and Mason's on hole 1. And now he's between hole 1 and 13. He just horrible to kick left.
That's a good little shot there to
Yeah.
save the bogey.
So that'll bring Mason's 4 of 5 run to a screeching halt.
And this is no
unfortunately.
gimme.
No, that's well.
No. He just goes so fast. He makes my calls just seem so silly.
The speedy routine just makes me feel like he doesn't even give himself a chance to have those dumb thoughts that go through our brains. You know, we kind of are like doing a little pump fakes and sitting there, and all of a sudden the thought comes like, what if you did something so stupid like miss this putt? And then you're like, oh God, now I've thought about missing.
I feel like I go pretty fast and I still fit in so many things. Like I go quick and it's like 20 things. Too good.
We've talked a long time about writing a book about all the dumb things that cause us to do dumb things.
Be a really big book.
Silas, oh no. Dropping down. What happened there on hole 14?
A little bogey.
Yeah. Well, that definitely gives our leader a little more breathing room. Certainly gives Niklas a chance to get back there in second place potentially.
It also shows us how difficult this hole 14 really is. Like I said, he just keeps
so difficult.
He just keeps making me seem silly. Early on this hole is devastating, though. It really is. Tight gap.
Oh, James knew it. Oh boy, that kicked over to where Mason just came from, essentially. That's just, you can't go over there. Niklas rocking it back and hitting the line high, moving left. I mean, just walk up the fairway and place it in the perfect spot, why don't you?
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm glad our camera guys decided to leave that as is. That is just, you need to see the shot from that angle.
Yeah, I mean, watch how the shoulders align perfectly and then that disc flies directly out of it.
He gets his body around the disc. He doesn't do a lot with the disc. The disc just kind of stays in place. He works himself around and then gets back to position.
Yep.
Disc has one option. James has not many options. James is struggling and not in a good spot here. Oh, no. Oh, boy. He's not even close to where he'd like his drive to be.
He's still out.
He is throwing his 4th. I mean, big time danger of a double bogey here unless he can pull something miraculous out here.
Very good shot to get to there, but that's 100 feet.
4 bogey.
Yeah.
James is going to be dropping down the leaderboard here. Meanwhile, Isaac.
Understable missed that one. That's hard to do with a backhand. That angle's really tough, man. That angle to get it to kind of go sideways right there.
Remote controlling his disc like a drone around that tree.
Yeah, and this one looks great as well. It's hard to even explain how tough it is to get a sidearm to make the corner because it's such a tight window. Backhand is even harder.
Those 2 shots were just stupid good.
And Niklas had the sidearm, but I think he sees them throw it, and then he's like, yes, I think I'll do that as well. Those are 3 bullseyes on one of the harder birdies you can ever imagine.
Well, I mean, just James, again,
trying to make
heavy throws here from James on all these 100-footers. He's still going to be out, and he's going to be putting for a double bogey. Meanwhile, the other 3 guys have bullseye tap-in birdies. And it's going to be a triple bogey. Finally, I'm not saying that we wanted to see it, but you guys are finally getting a glimpse of how this hole can be hard.
Yeah.
We've just seen such excellence and pure execution from all of our cards on this hole. You really haven't been able to truly believe us when we say it's hard. But yeah, I'm thinking, what's a harder backhand line to hit? You have more space here than obviously the prior hole, but like just the fact that Isaac and Mason and James are all going backhand on 13. It's just, to me.
All right, hole 15. Isaac's going to have 5-stroke lead going into hole 15. Let's look at this. Yeah.
He's just 1 birdie away from getting to that 40 number that we initially thought might not be possible. But, I mean, he showed us very early on, not only is it possible, he's going to do it, I would imagine. Hole 15, turnover tee shot with a, I don't know, medium stable disc, just something that can move left to right and then finish on a stable plane. Try to get to the top of this hill. If you can, you could get potentially to a place where you can see this basket if you get really far off the tee, but most shots that are pretty well executed are going to set themselves up with a blind second shot down the hill. I think Niklas has birdied this all 3 rounds.
It's really good, and one of the things I want to point out about that tee shot is he clubbed down finally. That was a mid-range off the tee. So I think he knows what position he's in.
He certainly does.
And he's throwing that slower, more controlled shot into there. This is just
trust, man.
This is just boomed.
That, appears that was too far left out of the hand. And it just, again, turned on the plane perfectly, and the result is just as good as you could ever hope for.
Yeah, Mason gets a little love on that right side, gets all the way through. That's a pretty good spot to be in for great result for where that drive was heading. Nope.
If this is clean and goes down the left side, I think James is going to like it over there. It's a pretty straight backhand turnover putter from there. He'd love to get a couple birdies here coming in after that unfortunate triple on 14. No way.
Wow.
Okay. Isaac is going to get another birdie here when he was trying his best not to. I mean, that was heading way off into C2. Redirects right to the pin. Mason off the mark a bit, but James is going with a little bit more true route and puts that one right in the puddle. He's got those pretty white shoes too, so he's probably going to have to go get those things a little dirty. Out here styling in the Nike Dunks. Niklas is going to go 4 for 4 on this hole.
Wow. It's a pretty good shot from there. That's a bullseye. That's bullseye on the last 2 holes I'm really good.
This is a bonus birdie for sure, right? Like this, you chalk this up as a bonus birdie?
I feel like if you're playing good, you can get it into a pretty throw. It's like where Niklas is, you're getting a birdie from there if you're on your game, you know. And it didn't look like he did much, and we've seen a lot of birdies.
That tee shot to get there is outrageously good, though.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, if you can get there, then it doesn't become a bonus birdie. The problem is not many people can ever get there. Isaac has gotten there. He's gotten to 40 under par. I mean, incredible.
Well, one thing about this course is every hole's got teeth. Isaac, even though he has that 5-stroke lead, this next hole can bite you, 17 can bite you, and 18 can definitely bite you. There's no way to play 17 and 18 just like, okay, I'm taking a par, I'm going to throw it to here, here, and here.
Yeah, I mean, even though this is the easiest hole on the course today in this final round, this is one of the reasons why Silas didn't make lead card. He bogeyed this hole. This was a 2-stroke swing, not in his favor. And so, yeah, we've seen it happen before, but the way Isaac's been throwing this putter, there's just really one result that we see possible, and it looks something like that.
Yeah, it had a little turn on it.
Sure.
Does he run that?
Yes.
Okay.
Niklas, that's sliding down the hill. That's a little more than you'd like.
Hold.
And this is going to... Oh, I thought it might stall out a bit. Kept turning. James will be pleased with that result.
We're talking about 4 of the best to ever do it with a putter in their hands. You know?
Yeah, I mean...
You're not going to see... I mean, I could throw Bradley Williams in there as a really great putter thrower, but these guys... Kevin Jones, yes.
Kale LaVisca.
More of a mid-range guy, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wow. Look, you called it. It can get you. Niklas still out. This time for par.
And that's why I'm wondering... Oh, good putt. That's why I'm wondering, would it be a bad play for Isaac to just lay this up? Especially after that. You miss, you could roll out of bounds, take double.
The thing is, I don't think Isaac's ever laid up in his life. I don't think he understands how to do it. Like, I don't think it's a part of his skill set. Like, he might just mess up and it might roll. It doesn't roll when it goes in the basket.
No. That was so good.
I think the freedom that he may have started to feel with the bogeys that I think Silas was taking from Chase Card and the rollaway Niklas just got, and the fact that nobody's within 5 of him anymore allows him to have that freedom. And maybe he's a little bit tenser. You know, perhaps he does lay that up in another scenario where Chase Card's 1 or 2 back. I'm not quite sure what he does.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I think that he has all the freedom in the world to just live his best life. Just continue to be the tour de force you are.
41 under, get real.
I'm just...
7 under on the round.
My dreams aren't quite creative enough for me to allow myself to think about shooting 40 under, but if I somehow did just put together a 10 down, followed by a 10 down, 10 down, 10 down, then didn't win, it makes me not want to dream because I would be mad at my own dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Nightmares. That's a nightmare.
It really is. Like, just to think about it is just crazy to me, because that score will win at this event every year. I mean, the number that we were talking about is essentially what they're battling for at second place.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just they're being outclassed.
Yeah.
Isaac, this is the first time that he hasn't thrown it absolutely perfect.
That's
and
pretty
it's still
good.
Really good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But like the other rounds, he turned it up the hill, and it was just kind of like we were just watching the same highlight over and over again. This time, he's actually off the left side.
Perfect.
Whoa. All the way up.
Bad kick, though.
He's going to be able to see full visual of the basket.
Very good as well. Tight on that right side, but anything up there where you're in the fairway, you're just loving life.
How good is this? Oh, just a little too turned. There are a few gaps in there, but they're not that wide. Isaac, again, just pitching up the fairway. One bogey this whole tournament thus far. All the places you can get.
Tough little branch there.
Yeah, man.
But that's a putt.
Yeah, it is. But, man, that was looking really nice out of the hand.
Look at all that pollen.
Yeah, we didn't really mention the weather again. You can see it. It's just some of the most beautiful spring days of disc golf ever. The temperature is even more satisfying than round one. The wind is completely dead. It's just been beautiful. Niklas, unable to find one of those tiny gaps over there. He's going to have to get up and down to save the par. Still in good position for podium, if not second place. And James has just not been on James mode. Still got some work left here as Niklas. Good shot.
That's it. Very good. Yeah. Good par. Is he going to go running?
No. Not a tap in left for the par, but it's an unfortunate par regardless after that tee shot being so far up the hill. Isaac will be very happy to be tapping in this par. Meanwhile, Mason Ford currently in 6th place. Big putt here. Oh, yes. Hanging in the right side. Catching back cage and flipping back in. It's a fast putt.
It's a good putt right there. Down the hill, it can get away from you very easily.
James in for the par. Remains in 7th place. Even with his struggles, he's had just enough birdies to stay here in the top 10. And Niklas taking his time to not make a similar mistake to the one he made back on 12. So Mason will walk to 18 with the box. Only player to birdie here on 17. And let's see if we can get a look here as, oh my goodness gracious, that thing held on nicely. But with Isaac at 41, this thing is a done deal, folks. It's probably been that way for a while. But Niklas he's at 35, tied right now with McMahon, who just suddenly emerged. He's in 2nd place. One last hole for Isaac to relish this beautiful walk up the hill towards the Disc Golf Hall of Fame, where a lot of major winners' names get immortalized there.
Yeah, they do. It's the toughest hole on the course.
Oh, yeah, it's the toughest hole on the course.
Great change. Beautiful. You end up ending in a nice little grass field.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Mason. Tough kick. It's going to be tough to get a par from there.
One last tee shot for Isaac. Pulls it a little left, drifting back right. Kind of got lost there a little bit.
This is a big tee shot for James. Bad kick.
Man, just kind of been that day for James. Just a bit off. This course hates a bit off. Most punching kicks you get are the ones right off the edge of the fairway. And Niklas off to the right side, kind of similar to where he was in round 3.
Doable from over there. He'll have a shot into the green. It plays about 430 to the hole though.
Okay.
Low ceiling.
James, what gap was he eyeing up there? I again kind of got lost in that one.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Slide out.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Might as well throw
Just
a sidearm in there.
showing that you can do it in different ways.
Yeah, reaching in the bag. Every time he throws a sidearm, it's pretty good. You know?
Yeah, it's pretty good. That one highs it off to the right side. He could throw it off to the right side 7 more times and be just fine. And Niklas this time unable to get a clean throw. He would have loved to take a birdie here to take sole second place, but if he can finish with a par and tie for second place at 2 consecutive majors, I mean, that is really saying something. Niklas, he doesn't have to even take the par. He's already made a statement. Yeah. Huva Haito, once again, to our Finnish buddy, Niklas Anttila.
Great recovery there from Mason Ford to be able to get into position, get up and down, maintain his spot in the top 10. If he can make that putt.
And how close is Isaac trying to get this one? Is he just going to be pitching it, or is he trying to get up there? Yeah, he's trying to get up there a little bit.
In the circle.
Yep. What a tournament. It's been so fun to watch. And James, one more time, why not? Try to throw it in. And give the crowd a little medal action there. And Niklas, content and reserved to go for the par. He will be tying Eagle McMahon for second place.
Can't imagine what's going through this kid's head right now.
Isaac says, I will take my second bogey of the tournament, and it'll be to win.
Oh. Look at that moment.
Just let it soak in, buddy. You'll never forget this.
He's got me in my feels.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm holding it back right now too, man. Just see him go straight to his dad. His whole family's up here rooting him on, and pretty special scene in your home state. Win a major championship. Wire to wire, Paul. Congratulations again to Niklas Anttila. Just bringing such incredible skill set to the States. This is going to be a staple for a long time.
But right now, it's this guy. His moment. He earned it. He earned it by 5 shots.
And here come the friends. Oh, yeah, there they are, the bum rush. His brother Ezra right there giving him the biggest hug he'll probably ever give him. Oh, my goodness.
ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 PDGA Champions Cup and first-time major winner, Isaac Robinson!
I think it's just coming from all of my family being here, extended family, friends from college, playing in my home state. I have probably hundreds of people rooting for me, and it's just all of that emotion just kind of came out on the green, and I couldn't be more happy. The goal was just to not bogey. Yeah, I threw some really bad shots in the middle there, and started to get really nervous. Saw a couple people shooting, just like shredding the course. But then kind of got my mental space back together and was able to kind of push through to the end there. It's awesome. Coming back after each round. This weekend, we just chilled at the hotel, we played games. It's just a great way to get your mind off, and you have some great friends to hang out with. So, huge thanks. Thank you guys so much for following along. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much for the support. He's on fire!
Well, there you have it. 40 under is the winning mark in the end. Isaac laying up the putt on the last hole. And there is a look at our top four. Silas, 4th place. Niklas, Anttila, tied with Eagle McMahon for 2nd. And there's a look at our top 10. 2 Finnish competitors in the top 10 with Vaino Makkala. Incredible week. Aiden Scott from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He is making a presence on the professional scene this year. First year on the road. He's got a lot of game and he wants to show it. Joona Heinonen, another Finnish competitor. Uva.
Yeah, he popped a 12 under, tied the course record final round. That's the time to do it, major championship. Isaac Robinson, though, that's a performance of a lifetime. It's the best play that I've ever seen. I think it's the best play I've ever seen to date. I know last year at the European Open, that battle that those guys had, that was insane.
That was pretty good too.
That was insane. But that's just the way that it is now. If you're gonna win a major championship, you're gonna have to go low.
The performance that we've seen at the last 3 majors has just been inspiring.
Yeah.
Even the last 4 with Chris Dickerson last year at this event. I mean, it's just been the level of play. It's inspiring. It's incredible. We're exhausted. It's been an incredible week. 4 rounds here has been amazing. But that pollen has got us sick. We need to take a break. Not for many days, though, because we've got the Jonesboro Open coming to you in just a few days. We're going to have our practice round there. Thank you so much for joining us here in Appling, Georgia. We appreciate you following along. Thank you to the Founders Club. Thank you for supporting the sale that we have going on right now on JomezPro.com. But for Paul Ulibarri, Jeremy Koling, and the entire Jomez team, and the PDGA Champions Cup, we'll see you next time.